you were going between wide receiver and tight end during the game. What was that kind of like?
They kind of prepared me for it earlier in the week. They told me to be ready and look at certain spots. So, going into the game, I was kind of already prepared a little bit just in case something happened.
Do you think you've earned more minutes in upcoming games? Do you think you've earned more minutes, more plays?
We'll see. I think I played well, so hopefully I can get in there some more.
What's your background been like before coming to the pros? I mean, again, you are playing receiver and tight end. What was your journey to get to this point?
I played receiver in high school, so I still have a little bit of that. Going into college, I played receiver, and then I switched over to tight end for the last few years of my career. So I think I'm pretty comfortable playing both.
What's the preparation like for you, though? You said that coaches were telling you maybe look at this spot, maybe look at that. But what's that preparation for you like when you're trying to look at so many different spots?
It's pretty much the same. Kind of tight end, wide receiver is kind of a little bit interchangeable, the spot I was in, so it's kind of not too hard to look at it, but just the little nuances and things that they try to get me with.
How hard is it to stay patient and wait your turn, knowing full well that you've got confidence in yourself and you can perform, at a high level?
It was real hard at the beginning, but I just kept my faith in God and just kept trusting in Him, and just kept grinding and waiting for my opportunity.
Did they have you imitate anybody in preparation for a game that stands out? Were you anybody famous during the week?
I tried to be a little bit of Ingram last week, but he ended up not playing. So we still prepared for him though.
Yeah, anything other than that throughout the season?
Nothing. Just been playing my spot.
Different player from I was beginning of the year, just getting better each week as far as everything, pass pro, running the ball and catching. So I feel like I'm just getting better. It feels like forever ago since we played the Redskins in the first week. Definitely feel like a different player.
Do you no longer feel like what they would call a rookie? I mean, do you not feel like a rookie? You hear sometimes in this late in the season that
No, I still feel like a rookie.
Why? Yeah, why? Why do you?
They make sure.
What have you learned about taking care of your body through a long season and being strong and being fresh this late in the year?
Yeah, you got to be in this building 24/7, just doing anything you can to really just keep your body right, because it takes a toll on your body, especially at that position I'm at. So just making sure I'm in here, just trying to do whatever I can.
Miles, what have you seen as the season's gone along from defenses as far as how they've dealt with you in coverage? Has it changed at all?
Getting double teamed, but when I go off for flats, the end and the linebacker, or two linebackers will come out there. When I go out empty, they don't put no linebackers on me no more. Really, they put safeties on DB, so it's a little tough, but doing whatever I can to help the team.
On those plays, have you seen it open up for other guys to make plays?
Yeah, we seen it the other day. Boston came in and just was explosive, so he took advantage of that.
You saw you in the slot in one of those last drives and kind of make that 11-yard grab, and that was partially due to necessity, obviously, with all the injuries to the wide receivers. Is that something that you could maybe use in a game, though? I mean, obviously you're going to have more guys active on Sunday, but you there in that spot, and then Boston as a running back.
Like I said, I'm willing to do whatever the game plan is and whatever they want to do, I'll do it.
Carson played, in Doug's estimation, his best game on Sunday. What does that kind of performance do for this locker room?
It just brings a lot of confidence, man. He had all the confidence out there on Monday night, so you didn't really see him get rattled or frustrated out there with the guys going down and having a whole bunch of young players out there. So he did a good job of just believing in us and just carrying us throughout the way.
You broke LaShawn McCoy's record for most scrimmage yards by an Eagles rookie. Does that stuff mean anything to you? Is that big?
I'll be lying if I say it didn't, but I come in every day to work, and those goals is kind of expected, honestly. But at the end of the day, I'm still doing what I can to do whatever help the team win. So those are just blessings that come with it.
How tough has it been in the wide receiver this year with all the injuries, all the shuffling, everything that group has gone through?
You see guys like Greg, you see guys like JJ, and they just keep fighting. And that's one of the most important things about that room. We get a guy to go down, and the guys that are out there are just gonna keep on, fighting. They want to do their job, so I'm proud of them. I text both those
Nelson,
guys.
what was it like watching those guys perform the way they did, JJ, Greg especially?
Amazing. I told them I just love their fight. I love the fight. I love that they stayed in there and they did their job, and they weren't going to quit. So it was great.
This thing that you're trying to push through now, is something that you might have to get, taken care of surgically in the off season? Or
That's what I hope not. I hope that's not the case. And I think the training staff's going to do everything they can to help me, to make sure that's not the case. And they're already doing an amazing job. They helped me get through weeks earlier. When it first happened, they were there helping me every day. Steve-O and the rest of those guys.
Nelson, the follow-up from the earlier question. What about the top three guys? You're supposed to be Deshaun, you and Alshon and half, all the high hopes that
that's how it was written, and it would have been beautiful if that's the way it played out. Things happen in this league, and in my case, I'm just trying to get healthy so I can at least help these guys finish up strong.
How dire is it? I mean, Josh McCown was apparently practicing catching footballs.
Listen, I don't know nothing about that. That's all extra talk. Josh is capable. If you guys watch the tape, there's a clip of him when he was with the Detroit Lions, catching balls on the sideline, running great routes. He's a wonderful athlete.
It was 13 years ago.
Numbers-wise. How far back does the knee injury go?
This is something that, when I fell on it in Minnesota, it started off, swelling up, and we just tried to take care of it each week from there.
Numbers-wise, there's a move to be made at receiver. What can you tell us about the guys on the practice squad? What do they bring?
Excuse me?
The guys on the practice squad, the wide receivers, who
I
seen.
think every guy that, that's in this building, that plays the wide receiver position has worked very hard. Carson Walsh has done his job to try to give them the information and help the guys keep on progressing along. So I think he's going to make sure come Sunday that they're ready to play football.
Were there emotions in the locker room at that point?
Honestly, it was more just encouraging, man. Guys were just, telling guys, man, let's get it together. We didn't play a good first half of ball. We know that. We know we're better than that, but it's a tell of two halves. We got 30 minutes left to change this, to save our season.
Rodney, how does this Redskins offense change when Haskins at quarterback now compared to what was out there before?
Case is an experienced quarterback. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Likes to get the ball out of his hands fast. Haskins, man, he does take shots down the field. Seems to be holding the ball a lot longer. So, we got to do a good job in the back end, containing number 17 in particular, who had a big day versus us. The opening the game of this season and is still showing up on tape. So he's going to grab our attention. A lot of eyes are going to be on him, but we got to do our job and then allow our D-line to eat.
Rod, I'm sure you saw plenty of Boston Scott in the practice training camp during the season.
Yeah.
Were you surprised at all what he was able to do in a game?
Not at all, man. Like, we see that every day at practice, from going against him on scout team when he was on the practice squad, to his approach. He's always in here Monday through Saturdays, one of the first to be in here, one of the last to leave. So it wasn't a surprise for me at all. Just really glad he got his opportunity to get out there and showcase what he could do to the world.
Has he ever gotten you on a juke like we did?
Yeah. I don't know about that bad. I got to talk to Jink about that one. But yeah, he's giving me a move in the open field. He has a good change of direction ability, man, and quick burst. So I'm glad to see him making plays for us.
How have they schemed McLaren open, or is it just his physical abilities that have allowed him to stretch defenses?
I think it's just his speed, and then them understanding how defense is going to attack them, and he's just finding a way, man, to get over the top. Playing at a good level as a rookie. So we're up for the challenge, man. Looking forward to Sunday.
Rob, when you've seen Carson play a lot of games. That was a game where, quite frankly, there were a lot of excuses that could have used. Lane going down, Alshon going down.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that he's not familiar with, not practicing with, and it seemed like Doug even said he played his best game, especially in the second half, he's ever seen him play. Is it fair? Is that sort of what you saw, and what can that mean to this team going forward?
Yeah, no, it was huge. I just felt like for Carson, to have a lot of those guys goes down, it just shows the trust level that he has. And guys like Greg Ward, Josh Perkins, that he, hasn't had too much experience with or time, but guys were asked to step in, man, and make some huge plays. JJ as well, making that catch, down the sideline despite the pass interference. So it's just the trust level, and that's what you got to have. And I think, you add that, it gives those guys a lot more confidence too. knowing that Carson does have that trust in them. And I think we can be, a dangerous group, man. Despite our injuries, it's, of course, it's not ideal to have those guys go down like that, especially leaders who played a lot of ball for us, made a lot of plays. But we got new guys. They're going to contribute, and they're going to make plays.
Rodney, what does it mean for maybe the mentality of this team to get the win the way that you guys did in overtime after a few weeks of, hey, we just need this one win, we just need this one win, and not getting those wins?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us was finish. That was one of the things we talked about. We didn't finish that Miami game. We let that one slip away. This one, we were down early, but we finished. And that's what it's all about, man. You got to play 60 minutes of ball. So we put a complete game together Sunday. We should be fine.
Watching the Washington tape, Rodney, in Haskins' 5 starts, have you been getting blitzed much?
Yeah. Teams have been, dialing up a little bit, trying to put pressure on the young guy, give him different looks, disguise, and create some indecision. I mean, that's what you want to do with every quarterback, particularly a rookie. And so I'm sure we haven't talked about game plan yet, but I'm sure that'll, be in the game plan for us as well. They're leaning on their run game as well with Adrian Peterson and Geis. Don't know what that's going to look like for him, but Adrian Peterson is still still looking good, man. And so we're going to have to do a good job at stopping the run again this week.
Speaking of him, Jim was just saying how you have one wrong fit. He's one of those guys who can take it to the house. And what kind of stress does that put on the defense?
Yeah, he's still making plays, man. I don't even know what year this is for him, but yeah, he still, still has my attention. Still able to, still has that explosiveness. So, we're gonna have to do what we do every week, and that's stop the run, make them one-dimensional.
Is this road trip more significant for you in Darby than a typical road game?
Yeah, it's always special going back home for myself. I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure Darby as well. Just being back in the area where we played a lot of ball at, you get a sense of comfort, even though we are playing away. So it is a lot more special for us, but can't let our emotions run too high. Just got to focus in, lock in, do our jobs, man, and just focus on getting the win.
Why do you think that's been such a tough transition for a lot of quarterbacks? You see guys try to do this, what you're doing, and a lot of them don't get there.
I would say they can. I don't know the thing with them. I'm just about me. I always got to stay on. I always got to stay on myself.
Well, what was hard for you then?
What was hard for me? Just staying consistent, man. You always got to work on yourself, and that's the main thing. Just trying to get the routine down. Just trying to get your steps down. Just trying to get your hands together to see the ball, like anything that you can do to help.
When it comes to route running, Greg, how much did playing quarterback all that time, how much did it help you understanding where each receiver, each position had to be on each particular play?
And especially with that timing, man. I knew where I wanted my receivers. I would talk to them a lot. So whenever I came here, I would talk to Carson and see what he wanted and see what I just get our timing down, get our chemistry down. Everybody's different, so I just have to talk to him a lot, talk to whoever I was playing with, and see what they wanted.
Greg, what made you want to stay? You've been on the practice squad for a while, and you got 3, other wide receivers, who are on the practice squad. Do you kind of see yourself as a sort of role model to those guys? You're proof that anything can really happen if you, keep persevering.
I don't know about a role model. Okay. I don't know. I would just say that. I'll just tell them all the time, just always be ready. Just always study. Don't ever count yourself out.
What made you want to stay here throughout all this? Because there's been cut down days, there's been practice squads. What made you want to stick with it here?
I definitely wasn't going to quit. So whether I was here or somewhere else, I was going to make it. That was my whole mindset. So my whole mindset was just not quit. Don't ever give up. Don't ever count myself out.